An Eastern Kentucky state resort park is gearing up for its busy summer season. But as WYMT's Dakota Makris explains, the park is looking to fill several positions.
The sights and sounds of spring are in the air at Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park in Perry County.
It's going to be beautiful here soon. Everything's blooming out.
As the park prepares for its busy season ahead, they need more staff members on board to ensure the season is a success. The state park is looking to hire people to fill at least 12 various positions, needing seasonal cooks and servers.
But I've gotten a few of those filled, probably 3 to 4 of them, and I've gotten more interviews in the works and a couple people that I'm supposed to be bringing on. So I've still gotten a few open I still need to fill.
For those looking for something to last beyond the summer, the park manager tells me they have added at least 3 year-round employees during his years at the park and are looking to add another. In Perry County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
The park's busiest time of the year is late May through mid-August.
Just when you thought we were done with the chilly weather, not so fast. It's been a chilly one throughout the region today. Many of our warm spots at this hour only getting into the 60s, and yeah, we're going to bring back some potential for frost. In fact, everybody is under a frost advisory running late tonight through early in the morning. That's because we're starting to see some of those conditions clear out. That'll really help drop those temperatures as we head into the overnight down to frost levels. So if you have sensitive vegetation you've already planted, make sure you can either bring them inside or at least wrap them up in an attempt to avoid some damage, because it's already clearing out in many spots. I-75 at Mount Vernon, just a couple of fair weather clouds this afternoon. Beautiful sunny skies now. We saw the sun peek out just a few minutes ago out front of WYMT here in Hazard, but you see those blue skies continuing, and I think it's going to be a rather nice looking evening around the region. It's going to be a little chilly, though. Upper 50s, low 60s around the region. Look at the portions of the Cumberland, or into southwest Virginia and the Big Sandy, where temperatures are in the upper 40s still at this hour. Last of the rain pushing well east of our area. We don't have to worry about it. That cloud line, we still have to worry about that as we head through the nighttime hours, because as that continues to push to the east, we'll start to cool down. So keep that WYMT weather app handy, because as we head through tonight, yeah, we may bump up into the low 60s here over the next hour or so, but then we really drop, and I mean drop quick, into the 40s and even upper 30s overnight. I'll have the very latest, though, on when we could expect more showers moving in later this week coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments regarding the Biden administration's push to end his predecessor's so-called Remain in Mexico policy. It requires migrants to stay outside of the U.S. while their asylum claims are decided. Meanwhile, a separate legal fight is underway over the pandemic rule known as Title 42. That gives immigration officials the authority to turn away migrants at the border over public health concerns. CBS's Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill, where federal lawmakers are also weighing in.
A key immigration policy under former President Trump returned before the Supreme Court Tuesday.
Safe, not stranded.
The Biden administration is arguing they have a right to end what's been called the Remain in Mexico policy, requiring migrants at the southern border to wait outside of the United States while their asylum claims are heard.
DHS detains tens of thousands of individuals on any given day. Respondents' interpretation that would remove any discretion would mean that DHS can't take account of that limited capacity in making prioritization decisions.
Texas and Missouri sued to keep the program in place, arguing that ending it would violate federal immigration law passed by Congress.
The Biden administration, just like the rest of us, have to follow federal law. They either have to detain them or send them back to their country of origins.
Meanwhile, a separate legal battle is underway over Title 42, which allows border officers to turn away most migrants seeking asylum because of the COVID-19 pandemic. President Biden wants to wind down Title 42 next month, though a Louisiana federal judge has said he'll temporarily block that, siding with a Republican-led challenge.
We'll have a temporary restraining order that gets us to May 13th. May 13th will be the hearing on the preliminary order that we hope to obtain as well.
On Capitol Hill, opposition to the administration's push to end Title 42 has some bipartisan support.
With the health crisis, we can't take any more chance of people coming undocumented and unchecked.
Some Republican lawmakers have called for a Title 42 amendment to be added to any attempt to pass additional COVID-19 aid. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is expected to face tough questions on immigration policy and other issues when he testifies before Congress later this week. For the first time, President Joe Biden plans to use his clemency powers to commute the sentences of more than 75 nonviolent drug offenders. At the White House Tuesday, Biden will also issue full pardons to 3 people. One of those pardons includes the first black Secret Service agent to work on a presidential detail. Witnesses in the case of Abraham Bolden Sr. later admitted to lying about the sale of a secret file. The Biden administration is also marking Second Chance Month by unveiling new initiatives to help ease the transition back to normal life for the formerly incarcerated. The number of reports of assaults, vandalism, and harassment targeting Jewish communities and people in the U.S. was the highest on record in 2021. That's according to the Anti-Defamation League's annual audit. The group said more than 2,700 anti-Semitic incidents were reported last year, a 34% increase over the year before. More than half of the 2021 incidents were described as harassment. 88 incidents were assaults. A retired New York City police officer is on trial in D.C. right now. Thomas Webster, a former officer with the NYPD and a former Marine, is accused of assaulting a police officer during the U.S. Capitol riot. Opening statements started Tuesday with Webster's defense claiming he was attacked by the officer first, so he was only defending himself. But prosecutors say Webster was pointing at the officer and shouting obscenities, so the officer tried to push his hand away. That's when Webster is seen on the officer's body cam pushing a metal barrier into him and tackling him to the ground. The trial is expected to last through the week. Instead of asking, "Where's the beef?" consumers need to ask, "Where's the beef from?" The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service announced a recall of more than 120,000 pounds of ground beef products due to E. coli concerns. The products in question were manufactured between February 1st and April 8th from the following brands: Nature's Reserve, SEG, Thomas Farms, Tahima Beef Patties, and Market Side Butcher Wagyu beef. Calling all book lovers, this Saturday marks Independent Bookstore Day, a national event celebrating independently owned bookstores and giving readers the opportunity to score some great deals. The Red Spotted Newt in Hazard is one local bookstore participating and one of the very few indie bookstores in the region. Red Spot Newt owner Mandy Sheffel says she'll be offering giveaways and various deals on merchandise.
And it's a nationwide event, and that's the fun part for me, is knowing that, you know, I can have events here in Hazard and try to bring people in that maybe normally wouldn't come into the bookstore.
In honor of Saturday's festivities, Sheffel will be hiding tickets to the Art Station's Derby event on May 7th within the bookstore. So whoever finds those will get the opportunity to attend the Art Station's event for free. Coming up on First at 4, there's a new push to get eco-friendly trucks on the road, but there could be a few speed bumps along the way. We'll explain why.
And cooler temperatures continue to work on into the region. I've got the very latest on when we see the sunshine. Spoiler alert, some already seen it.